Mass here, and we're going to talk the Xbox press conference a bit later. What just happened because of what time it finished, but yeah, going to go through what happened with the Xbox and my thoughts really. The show started off showing the Scorpio, which is the picture, which the Xbox One X is its name, coming November 7th. It's going to be £450 in the UK. It's Xbox's smallest ever system. It looks a bit like a One S, but in black, but smaller. It's really weird because the One S is supposed to be the slim, and then the more powerful console is smaller. Like the PS4 Pro is bigger than the PS4, and you could I get it why it's bigger because it's more powerful and it's got more crap stuff inside. Yes, that's $450. I think that's really pricey. It's a premium product, I get that. But you know, you can buy an Xbox One S for £200 for 3 games. It's $250. You can basically buy an Xbox One S and a Nintendo Switch for the same price. So yeah, that's sort of pricey. So that was the console. We know when it's coming. Then Phil Spencer came on stage and said they're going to show 42 games. Some of those 42 games was in the scissor reel. They actually only really showed 23. And they said there will be 22 exclusives with, you know, brackets of the exclusives. So we're going to go through what they showed. They started off with Forza 7. That was pretty predictable. It was going to be shown. They showed off an actual car. It was like first ever showing off the new Porsche, and that was on stage. But they showed the game. It looks great. It's going to be fantastic looking on One X. The issue I got with here, and this issue I got with Xbox in general, is like even the exclusives. Like this is a proper Xbox exclusive. You can play it on PC. So the whole trailers at the end of all the trailers they showed, like in the bottom corner, better on like Xbox One X, HDR, 4K, etc. Which is true, it is better on the system, but it could be better again on PC. It's really weird when, you know, Forza 7, yeah, you can play Forza 7, you can play it on original Xbox One, One S, X, or PC. The PC version is still going to be the best, and I don't know, so it's really odd. So they showed that, which is exclusive. I don't really care that much about it. It's a racing game. It's a simulation racing game. So move on. Next they showed Metro Exodus. This is coming to all formats. I've also had the press release talking about Steam and PS4. But yes, first time shown, world premiere. It looks really good. If that game looks like that when it comes out, obviously I expect it was running on a One X or a PC. This is the thing, you don't know actually what it is running on. But look, ridiculous. That's a really exciting game, but again, this multi-format is not going to make me buy an Xbox One or One X. And yeah, so that's really good. Next we've got Assassin's Creed Origins. It looked like Assassin's Creed but in Egypt. They've had a year off. I don't know what's different about this game. It didn't look any different to me. So yeah, I can move. We'll see more of that tonight at Ubisoft, but that seemed pointless. Next we've got Players Unknown's Battlegrounds, big on Twitch and streaming and stuff like that at the moment. It's on PC, it's an early access game. It's coming to Xbox One this year. It's timed exclusive. They had really weird talking in this conference. It's Xbox launch exclusive, Xbox console launch exclusive. Obviously, that's their wording for timed. Like it's launching exclusively on that system for like a time period where you got proper exclusive. Looks good. I don't know, obviously it's coming this year on Xbox. I don't know when it comes to PS4. This actually could be, even though it's timed, it could be a huge deal for Xbox, because if it comes out like a year later on PS4, a game like this, by then it's most probably going to be dead. Okay, like PS4 people might, you know, start picking up and start playing it, but the whole talk, like it's mostly the biggest game, one of the biggest games in the industry at the moment. Everyone's talking about it, and Xbox has got it first, so that's actually a really big deal. Then we got a game, I think it was called Deep Rock. It looked a bit like Strafe that's come out. It's a multiplayer shooter thing with like a weird 90s sort of like art style. A lot of the games like Forza have shown, obviously that's multiplayer focused. Players Unknown, multiplayer focused. This Deep Rock one's multiplayer focused. That I think that was a proper exclusive, but it might be timed. It's hard to tell when it's going so quick. Then you have State of Decay 2, which is, you know, the zombie game. That is a proper exclusive. Looked good, but it's sort of like that B tier title. You're not gonna. It's gonna be a game like, oh, you buy the system. You got all these, you know, lots of games that builds up to the library, but not a sort of killer app. Then we got a game called Darwin Project. that looked like a MOBA type hero shooter thing, and had a shoutcaster on stage. That was really, that was just bad. Again, I think that's a timed exclusive. Then we've got Minecraft information. Minecraft information, mostly is the biggest. They're bringing out crossplay. Yes, so crossplay between Xbox, mobile, PC, and Nintendo Switch. Yes, Nintendo Switch was shown on the Microsoft conference. Not on PlayStation though, so there is no crossplay with PlayStation and the other systems. It's just all the rest, and so PlayStation's not playing with thing. And they've even actually talked about, I've seen the press, there's a press thing, and someone interviewed the one that came on stage about platform exclusive content, because the Nintendo versions, like the Switch, I don't know if the Wii U version will be compatible with this because it's Wii U. It's got Superman and Mario stuff and Nintendo stuff, which is exclusive to that version. And how she was talking, it sounds like you may be able to play Mario content on Xbox due to this crossplay stuff. They're apparently working on it, so they could, and also vice versa. So you might be able to play Halo. I gather there's Halo, Minecraft stuff on Switch. So that's big. There's also going to be created content from people, servers and stuff. So that is actually huge news. If you're into Minecraft and you've got friends on different systems and that. Then we've got Dragon Ball Fighter Z, which is the new Dragon Ball 2D fighter from the Arc System Works. That looks great. Again, that's a multi-format game, so I'm just going to wait until that comes on PS4 or Switch. That I would love that on Switch. Then we've got Black Desert Online, which is a Korean MMO. That is, again, it's going to be a timed exclusive. I don't know how that will really go down on the Xbox platform. I don't know if it's like one that they tried to get because they've got, the console lacks Final Fantasy 14, which is a huge MMO on console, and obviously this is, I know it's Korean, but it's Japanesey type things, so they might think, okay, we can't get that, let's try to get this as a time exclusive at least. So you got that. Then you got The Last Night. The Last Night is an indie game that looked really good. That is one of the highlights of the show, of one of the games showed. But again, it's a timed exclusive. I don't know how long for, because Limbo was a time exclusive, and it was exclusive for like a month. So then you got Artful Escape. Again, looked really good. Another indie that they showed off. Again, timed exclusive. Then you got Code Vein. That is a Namco game coming out next year, and it's described as anime Dark Souls, which kind of looks like that. And Namco obviously published the Dark Souls games and stuff like that, but obviously this is not from Software, so I don't know what that'd be like. But they may have teams that worked on stuff or whatever. Namco, because they also publish, I believe, Lords of the Fallen. So that's strange. They've got Sea of Thieves. This is not, so this is actually, Sea of Thieves is the 14th game that they've shown, and it is probably the only third actual exclusive shown after Forza and State of the Decay. Sea of Thieves look really good. Again, it's a multiplayer online MMO type thing. It had like that classic rare humor. So yeah, not sure about that one, but again, it looks fairly interesting. Then you got Tamako. No, not Tamako. Tamako was in Simpsons. Tacoma. That is from the guys that did Gone Home, I believe. I believe it's from Fulbright. Again, that's a time exclusive, and that's coming in August. So that's going to be really good. If you like Gone Home, that's most really going to be great. Then we've got Lucky Tale. Super Lucky Tale, that is a proper exclusive. That is a 3D platformer. What I'm hearing from this though is it's actually a reworking of the Oculus Rift version, so it is the same game but without VR. But I'm not 100% sure on that one. I get why that's actually exclusive, because it's a weird one to be an actual proper exclusive. But Microsoft have a partnership with Oculus, and look, this is from one of the Oculus teams, I believe. No word about VR at the conference, but I believe it's still a thing, because the console was shown on like the YouTube gaming show and stuff like that, and I believe it's still a actual thing, but we will have to wait and see on that. Then we got Cuphead, which again is a proper exclusive. That's coming in September. That game should have come out years ago. It was shown, it looked great, everyone liked the boss battles, and then people were going, oh, where's the actual game? It's just boss battle. Now they've put an actual game in, and then people I haven't played it myself, was saying the actual game, you know, platform levels were not great. So I don't know about that one. It's coming out in September, and interesting, I think it's on the Steam page, so you don't even have to go through the silly Windows 10 app or anything on PC for that one, so it could be worth checking out. I'm even check that out through Windows 10. They got Crackdown 3, that was shown with Sumo Digital. Sumo Digital came up on this thing, and then it's Crackdown 3, I was like, wait, this ruffian are doing Crackdown, so I don't know what's happened here. And they showed Terry Crews was talking, you know, being Terry Crews and stuff like that. This was only shown for like 2 minutes. I don't get why. This is coming out the same day as the Xbox One X, November 7th. And they basically didn't talk about it, Microsoft. It's like, surely this is the biggest game you've got this year apart from Forza. You know, Forza, you know the crowd and that. And it's like, and this is coming out the same day and you've barely talked about it. I sort of worry about Crackdown 3. I don't know if that's going to be any good. Then we've got Sizzle Reel, which is obviously going to show about 20 games. Then we've got Ashen. Ashen looks, again, a multiplayer focused game. It showed like these 4 characters going with like art style, like they had faces but no like eyes or mouths on there. So like the bloke with like the mustache and stuff like that. It's like really weird art style. It looked a bit survival-ish sort of thing. And then we've got next one, a world premiere of Life is Strange Before the Storm. That is the prequel. But the rumours were true. I brought up a video up not long ago, you know, looking at the rumours, adding everything together, and this seemed true. It is coming. It's going to be a 3-part episode. The first one is in August. Seems to be like the Telltale version, well, not the Telltale, the Square Enix universe version of 400 Days of Michonne, a smaller series, the 3-part. There is a deluxe version which includes a special episode where you get to play as Max. With this, you play as Chloe. So really, there's 4 episodes, but you're only going to get that, and it looks like you buy the deluxe, or unless there's an option to buy it individually, and it's got a few other bits like the deluxe version. It's 20 quid or for 14 for the thing. It's on pre-order at the moment on Xbox and PS4. Getting really excited about that one. That was mostly one of the most exciting announcements out of this conference. And there's a multi-format game that I can pre-order right now on my PS4. So I'm not sure about that, how that really affects Xbox. Then we've got Shadow of War. That obviously showing off the, you know, the power of the Xbox One X. It was the first ever game announced for Project Scorpio. Again, it looks good. I've not played the first one. I should really go back and play the first one, because some say it's like plays a bit like the Batman games, and the Nemesis system is really cool, and I expect that's really cheap, so I may go back to that one. Again, it's coming to all well, I say all platforms, so there's no Switch version, but yeah, I don't know, you know, this is the interesting thing now, is a lot of these games are on the other system. Then we've got Ori and the Will of the Wisp. That is an exclusive. The first game was as well. The bloke came out and played the piano. Really nice cinematic sort of trailer. That's supposed to be going really good. I've not played the first one. It's one of the games I wish I've played on Xbox. Then possibly the big news. Phil Spencer came out, said about, we showed you all these games. That was 22 games they actually showed. So there must have been 19 in the trailer, because we've got one more thing. You know, PlayStation, you know, all these games and that, you know, Xbox moving in the future. Then he said the price of the sort of like 500 quid price of the One X, and basically how all the Xbox family work together, etc. And talking about original Xbox family, because the X in Xbox One X stands for Xbox. It's really weird, but it's basically, I suppose he's trying to, like, couldn't call it, I would have just called it Xbox, but because of the original Xbox, it's weird, so they've put an X on the end, and sort of the whole family. And talking about the family, original Xbox games are coming to backwards compatibility on the Xbox One. That is huge news. They announced Crimson Skies, the only game so far, and we know original Xbox discs will work, so that's great. And the digital things will carry over. So if you bought original Xbox games digitally on the Xbox One, no, not the Xbox One, the Xbox 360, they will transfer over. The 360 had issues playing original Xbox games. I remember the Conquer Live and Reloaded ran like a bag of shit on the Xbox One, no, not Xbox One, Xbox 360. So I don't know how they're gonna, if they're gonna improve it, because obviously they got to emulate them like they're doing with the 360 games, and know where if they can add anything else to them. Like Crimson Skies was great, with multiplayer. The original Xbox Online has been dead for ages, so I don't know if they're going to suddenly bring them back. And then something saying people, are they going to have achievements? Because obviously, if you look at PlayStation, PS2 Classics, they've been reworked. That's something you buy extra. That's why they're like the £6 or £7 or whatever they are, and they're now running in 1080p resolution and have trophies and you can stream. Some people, so it's an interesting one. One tweet I've seen from one guy at Xbox is basically, it's just the original Xbox game. You put the disc in, you play it how it was. You can do system link if you want between all three generations, all the generations of system. So if you played Halo 1 on original Xbox, you could technically play, Halo 1 on Xbox 360, 1S and 1X, and connect them all together and all play system link. So that's kind of cool. But hopefully they'll do a bit more and get online working for some of these games. So you said that, and then the one more thing was Anthem. They announced obviously that at the E3 conference. We got a first look. It looks like EA/BioWare's take on Destiny, and like the Division, those sort of like single player online multiplayer type games where, you know, this looks like it's actually got a story and it's from BioWare, the proper BioWare team. So that's really cool, but you're going to play with a group of friends. That is a multi-format game, though. It seems really odd to me to finish the conference that. I would have finished the conference on Crackdown myself, and this, you know, start with Forza, finish with Crackdown. Your two sort of big games coming out at the end of the year. This is why you want an Xbox One. But they finished on this game. It's coming spring. Looked fantastic. It's mostly running on the One X or possibly PC. You never know. The thing again is that's a multi-format game, and everyone I know that I would play that with are going to play that on PS4. That's, you know, Destiny. I had a PS4 and an Xbox One at the time. I played Destiny with PS4 players, not Xbox One players, because I didn't know anyone that was playing it. So that is the odd thing. So I think Microsoft had a really good conference, mostly the best conference in years. They showed plenty of games, but they showed about 7 that are only available on the Xbox platform, because obviously anywhere. They didn't really give me a reason to spend £450 on this system, and I'm a person that owns a PS4 Pro and owns a 4K TV. This, you know, and I'm looking at the new Sony phone, and that's got the 4K HDR display. I would say the target audience for this high-end premium product, and I'm thinking, yep, that's great. What am I actually going to play on this high-end premium product? I can wait for the last night to come to PS4 or Switch. I would actually sooner that came to Switch, to be honest, looking at it. And same for the Archer Fleet, so I can actually wait for them. So it's just, if I was to buy the system, it would be just for the 7 exclusives, and I don't feel £450 is worth it for the 7 exclusives. And none of them are, to me, killer apps. They are not a Uncharted or God of War for PlayStation. They are not a Super Mario Odyssey or Zelda for Nintendo. They're not Halo, they're not Gears. They are the sort of the BT tier games. I'm still mostly going to get an Xbox One S. You can get one for £200 for 3 games. That's, you know, it's a big difference. You know, I can get 2 Xbox One S and still have change for the price of an X. And the reason mainly is due to the UHD, you know, 4K player for films. I want to play 4K for films on my TV, and that is the cheapest option. So I've been planning to get one for quite a while since I've had my TV. I just wanted to, you know, to see what the Scorpio and now the One X is, and now I see it is. I'm like, yep. So yeah, like I said, the last 2 E3s though, they haven't been that great. But I have bought one Xbox One right after the E3 conferences. 2015 they showed Halo 5 they showed Gears and stuff, and then last year they showed Gears 4, Forza Horizon, and something else I wanted to play. Halo Wars 2. They showed games I wanted to play, and like Gears of War 4 and Halo 5 are big games. I know you can't have them every year, and then like Forza Horizon is a big game. Forza 7 is the biggest game that Microsoft's shown that was exclusive, but I don't really care about that simulation. Those are big games, and that's why I wanted an Xbox system. They were like system sellers. Now these are not system sellers. Yeah, but if you own an Xbox One, I think it's great times. You've got a lot to look forward to. Lot of great services. This is what Xbox and Microsoft are really good at. It's the services with the whole Game Pass, original Xbox games backwards compatible, 360 games backwards compatible. They, you know, they improved like loading times for that if you're playing on like a 1S due to like the power, the whole like mixer. You can now interact with each other. Achievements, Game Pass. You know, I know you got to pay for the Game Pass, but still great service. You pay a tenner and you get 100 games. You know, you get access to EA Access 10. You can play FIFA 18 for like 10 hours and get that. So they're great on the services, and they're looking after their community and the 30 million people that own an Xbox One. But I don't think they're great bringing in new people that own an Xbox One. That is my takeaway. So thanks for watching. I know I've rambled on, but obviously it was a long conference and a lot to talk about. And I will see you again for Bethesda and Ubisoft and whoever. So see you later.